Imagine today is December 31st, 2019. What would you like to see accomplished for you to be able to say, this was a great year? A few years ago on New Year's Day, I was sitting in a meeting and the speaker said, my New Year's goal is not to have any goals or resolutions because they don't work. His statement made me squirm in my seat because some of the major changes in my life were possible because I actually set goals, whether it was on a New Year's Day or just a random date that I picked to start. There is a way to set goals. Actually, there is a right way and a wrong way to set goals. And I want you to know that goal setting is a skill and you can absolutely achieve it. Most people have just never been taught how to write effective goals. I was never taught until recently. But before I go on to share with you the proper way of goal setting, here are some reasons I heard from my mentors why people don't reach their goals. The number one reason is they don't have a well-defined goal. Vague goals produce vague results. Number two is lack of ambition to be above average. Here is a picture I saw at a Toyota dealership. Average is so close to the bottom than it is to the top. Aiming low or wanting to be mediocre is another reason why people don't reach their goals. Number three is insufficient education. When you're not learning, you're not growing. And when you're not growing, you're actually dying. There is absolutely no two ways about it. Number four is indifference. When you tolerate whatever happens to you, you're not actively engaged with life, then your goals don't work. Number five is indecision, letting other people decide for you. Number six is worry, always afraid of taking risks. The next is procrastination. You think about something, it feels very amazing to do that, you want to do it, but I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination is such a dream killer, and tomorrow is the only day that appeals to a lazy man. Number eight is lack of persistence. You start something and then you quit, and then you start something again and you quit again. And that pattern keeps going on and on. Now those are the 8 reasons why people don't reach their goals. Now with that in mind, I want to offer you a basic goal setting model. You can find plenty of advice on the internet, but these 5 steps I learned from Michael Hyatt and I've been following them lately. Number 1 is keep them few in number. I used to write down 20 different things I wanted to accomplish. Learn guitar, write a book, start a home Bible study or a women's study, and start a YouTube channel. You know, I had a whole big list. Finally, I had to realize that it's not going to work that way. Studies show that you really can't focus on more than a few things at one time. By that, I mean 5 or less. The second step in goal setting is have SMART goals. Now, you must have heard this before. This is an acronym, and you probably know by SMART goals, I mean that your goals must meet these 5 criteria. Number 1, they must be specific. Your goals must identify exactly what you want to accomplish in as much specificity as you can muster. Say for example, a non-specific goal would be, I want to start a business. But a good specific plan would look like, in the next 1 month, I will come up with a business plan. Who my business is for, what problem my business solves, how will my customers' lives be different after using my product or service? What ways will I use to market my business so people will know that our business exists? So being specific with your goals helps you to take action rather than having a vague goal and saying, I want to start a business. The second letter in the acronym is measurable. As the saying goes, you cannot manage anything that you cannot measure. Try and quantify your result. You want to know absolutely positively whether or not you hit the goal. So a bad example of this would look like, I want to lose weight, but a good one is lose 20 pounds or 10 kgs by the end of this year. The third acronym is actionable. Goal should start with an action verb. So here's how a bad one would look for me. Be more consistent with YouTube videos. But a good one will sound like record 1 video per week. You see the difference? R stands for realistic. Now a good goal should stretch you, but you have to add a dose of common sense and keep them realistic. So for example, a bad one would sound like, I want to exercise 7 days a week for 1 hour morning and evening. If you never exercised before and you set the bar too high, then you're setting yourself up for failure. Realistic goals are important to reduce frustration and make you more likely to reach your goals. The last acronym T is for time bound. Every goal needs to have a deadline. When is it that you plan to deliver on that goal? It could be by the end of the year, December 31st, or it could be more near term like the end of this quarter, September 30th. Make sure your goals have a good realistic end date. So for example, a bad one would be I want to earn money. But a good one would be I want to earn $20,000 by the end of December 31st. The next step in goal setting is write them down. There is huge power in writing your goals down. Even if you don't develop an action plan or a strategy, although that is not recommended, writing down your goals is very important. When you write something down, you are stating your intentions and setting things in motion. I can't tell you, but there is actually some magic in writing down your goals. Number 4 in goal setting is review them frequently. While writing your goals down is a powerful exercise in itself, the real juice is in reviewing them on a regular basis. Don't write your goals and stick them in a book and put them in a drawer and forget all about it. Reviewing them will turn your goals into reality. Now, when you review your goals, ask yourself, what is the next step I need to take to move this goal forward? The last one in goal setting is share them selectively or be secretive. Now, there are conflicting ideas about sharing your goals. Some people say make your goals public and you will stick with your commitments that way, and others advise not to share your goals. But here's what I want to tell you. Some people, when they share their goals, when they share these amazing things that they are planning on accomplishing, they kind of get a satisfaction of reaching it, and then they would not take action on it. So if you're that kind of a person, telling someone can make your goals less likely to happen. But definitely do not share them with negative people who are not committed to helping you achieve them. Now, to kind of wrap it up, if you don't have written down goals, let me encourage you to make an appointment on your calendar to work on them. You can get a rough draft done in less than an hour or two, and I'll tell you what, few things in life pay so richly for such a meager investment. So go on ahead, take a piece of paper, write down your goals, and make sure you're following the steps in writing your goals, and you will absolutely reach them. So here's to reaching your goals and cheering you on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.